Sexuality is so fucking dumb, okay? I think we can all, like, I don't know. Like, people say it's not, like, gay to get fucked in the ass with a strap-on by a woman. Wait, hold on. Okay. I was trying to make a point about sexuality being weird. I guess the only thing I'll say to that point is that, and I hope you guys get what I'm getting at here, like, you can fuck a woman in a way that feels pretty gay, and you can fuck a guy in a way that feels pretty straight. Like, sexuality is dumb and complicated, and I think people way overthink it. Sexuality is dumb, but very important. Sex is dumb. Sex is dumb, but very important.
When the sex is good, it's gay, and when the sex is bad, it's straight, regardless of genders involved.
That's pretty true. That's pretty true.
Sexuality is a spook. Simply coom and stop worrying about what you coom to.
I generally think that's true. I'm never going to get to qualify my question, the answer, though, because everyone's donating. I love you guys. Look, the only point I was trying to make is that I don't know. I feel like my personal internal definition of sexuality is like the Roman model. Like, I felt like I was straight when I was 15, and today at 28, I still feel like I'm straight when I'm having sex with dudes, because I basically just rail people. Like, obviously I'm doing the, like, woman equals bottom thing, which isn't true. I don't know. I think there's a difference between, like, sexuality and, like, I'm trying to think of how to describe this properly.
The average height of the American male is 69 inches.
True. There are, like... I feel like there are two different layers of straight and gay, right? Where you have, like... I feel like there are two layers to, like, sex and sexuality in terms of what definitions people ascribe to, and you have a technical one, and you have a cultural one, right? And I feel like in cultural terms, like these don't always necessarily overlap. So obviously, in a technical sense, anything between a guy and a girl is heterosexual, and anything between a guy and a guy or a girl and a girl or whatever else is not heterosexual. And don't even fucking get non-binary people involved, because obviously these terms are worthless and don't really mean that much when applied to, like, gender expression, you know, in a more complicated sense. And it's all very reductive and blah-de-blah-de-blah. I really feel like people are just mostly attracted to femininity and masculinity, but that's not even, like, a sex thing. Like, femboys are often more feminine presenting than women are, cis women. So at that point, like, it can feel straighter to rail a femboy than it can to rail a chick.
That's it, I'm wasting my money on making the rich richer. I want the cool username color.
Hell yeah. No, we're not getting to finish that answer, guys, because people are donating. Anyway, like, at the end of the day, I really feel like sex and sexuality are one of those questions that should be dissolved rather than resolved, okay? Like, we can all acknowledge the fact, pretty inarguably, that there are a lot of straight guys out there that are attracted to femboys, but I don't think you can look at that and go like, oh, well then I guess you're not straight then, like some kind of fucking retard.
What do you call an American B? AUSB.
That's true. I'm muting donations for a bit. Thank you. So anyway, I feel like you can be like a stupid semantic retard and be like, oh, I guess you're actually bi then because you like guys who look like girls. But, like, no. Obviously, the thing the straight guy is into isn't the literal, like, gender or sex. It's, like, the fucking feminine vibes, right? Like, speaking as a person who has had sex with fairly butch women and very, 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 very feminine men, I can say with absolute certainty that I felt way the fuck more straight fucking the femboy than the super butch woman. Like, obviously, yeah? So people tend to be attracted to femininity or masculinity as, like, broad set categories, rather than, like explicitly, like, this is the sex and gender, you know? But not always. Just, like, sometimes. It can really vary. It's, like, super... It's, like, really, really, really variable, and, like, it depends so much on a person's individual predilections, and it makes these terms, like, really useless in a way that, I don't know, like, it's not even a fucking point. Yeah, I don't know. What if I like masked women but not masked men? I just said it's complicated, dipshit. The problem is this gets wrapped up in so many people's, like, ideas and biases and stuff. And also there's the potential for shit to be problematic or whatever, because, like, you know, there are a lot of, like, trans people who, like, just come out, but they're still, like, more masculine or feminine if they're, like, a trans woman or a trans man or whatever in terms of presentation. So then it's like, ah, you may be a woman, but I feel gay fucking you because you were not fully passing or whatever. And, like, that's shitty, you know? Obviously, that's not a valid way of thinking of things. I think people just have to understand that there are like a bunch of overlapping categories that we don't acknowledge fully, and we've crunched them down into just like a couple of distinguishing terms that we don't like fully understand or acknowledge the complexities of, you know? Gay and straight are just ridiculously reductive terms to the point where it barely even like makes sense to think of them as meaningful categories for describing human preferences in terms of sexuality. Is abolishing gender abolishing gayness? Yeah, probably. Do you believe in the Kinsey scale? I don't even think the Kinsey scale is real. I don't believe in any of this shit, okay? I genuinely feel like the things that lead people to like other people are so fucking arbitrary that any effort made to categorize people's preferences is like wasted time. Would you say gender preferences are a better way of characterizing this stuff? No, not at all. I don't know, Adria Rising. I don't know. People are really fucking dumb when it comes to sexuality. I have no respect for most people's attitudes towards sexuality whatsoever. People are stupid as shit. Nobody's introspective at all. I will say, though, that I think the worst group, when it comes to, like, a lack of introspection for sexuality outside of straight men, I have to say, is probably...
Oh, woe is me, I'm getting too much money and fame from my fans. It's so hard being Vaush. I'm not at all concerned about the June 1st goblin outbreak.
Yeah, I'm, just a chill guy. What was the group I was talking about? Oh yeah, I think it's like bi women. I think bi women are rich. The discourse, I don't know if I'm just like mixing this up with like horoscope types or whatever, but I feel like I've seen so much like weird internal self-justification from bi women about who are like engaging in apologetics for having sex with men. I feel like I've seen that so many fucking times and it's so fucking dumb. Oh no, you can weird chant me if you want, but like you will, if you know, yeah, you know what I mean. There are a lot of bi women who will, like, if they're bi, you know, they'll fuck girls and guys or whatever, but they'll be, like, apologetic for fucking guys. Like, they'll feel bad about it because they're, like, culturally gay, so they feel like it's a betrayal of being culturally gay for them to fuck. Isn't that more due to social pressure than anything, though? Yeah, but also, like, women are dumb, so... It's literally because of biphobia. It's literally because... did you know that bad behavior done by a group of people is because of bad social standards and not because of some intrinsic inherent problem? Damn. My worldview is being fucking rocked right now. Holy shit, thank you for informing me. Sorry for being a grouch. I just hate all of you. I'm having trouble reconciling the ideas of gender abolition, that gender is real, with the idea of trans people that need to adhere to a certain gender. I've done videos on this. You should look them up. Whenever people say that oh god, no. Whenever people say that gender abolitionism is incompatible with trans liberation, what they're actually doing is saying, "Herder, I'm dumb. I don't know anything. You're smarter than me, Vaush, assist, man. I, a trans person, am intellectually inferior to you. I lose, you win." That's what they're saying. That's the thing that they're saying. Do you think it's inherently bad to have genital preferences? No, but if you ask that question again, I'm permanently banning you from life. Please, I beg of you. I beg.
I think sex and gender are describable, but it's hard to use general categories. Like my gender is femme and center. My preference is femme, but it depends.
I guess my issue is that it feels...
I agree, labels add too much pressure for nearly no benefit. Just vibe with what you like and live your life. Also, that might have been my zip, sorry. Get good.
Okay, I really just feel... No, having a donation timer would not help. Because that would just means that it would take forever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I really just feel like the more time we spend thinking about and categorizing it, the worse life gets. Like, I've said this before. Listen, I'll support your goddamn neo-genders or whatever the fuck. But, like, I really feel like some people put way the fuck too much time and thought and energy and attention into, like, minutely categorizing every element of their identity. Like, phenomenal. You have found/invented, like, 18 terms and strung them together like a scientific definition to describe who you are. Do you feel more actualized? It's called autism? Well, no, I respect autism. I don't respect this. Do you ever feel like the beauty and, like, majesty of sexuality might be cheapened somewhat by the obsessive interest in, like, hyper-fixatedly categorizing every element of it? Like, I feel like that's harmful, not because of the people being expressive with their gender, but because of, like, the need they feel to validate it through the categorization. The Foucault in me is screaming. Not really, no. Well, that's okay. That's why I'm the streamer and I get paid the big bucks, because I'm always right anyway. Hey! I think it's just people trying to figure out themselves. That's not how you figure out yourself. You don't nobody figures themselves out by, like, finding a string of terms that... Nope! Nobody figures themselves out or gains like a greater, more significant self-understanding by going, like, you know, like let me string together a bunch of terms to hyper specifically, like, describe my sexual attraction or experience, you know? Like, there's a difference between believing that like a possibility space exists and then trying to carve out niches within that possibility space. I don't know. Maybe some people do. I feel like for a lot of people, this turns into, like, people like talking about things. Okay, I don't think you understand what I'm getting at here. If you read Foucault, which you all should anyway, if you read Foucault and read about, like, the medicalization of mental health, you read about how what used to be a broadly accepted range of just things human beings were started getting cut apart and, like, fixatedly, like, segmented into, you know, a bunch of different disorders and categories. And a consequence of this is that we've medicalized, like, swaths of human experience to the extent that it becomes difficult to even, like, understand a person's personality outside, you know, like a short, like, list. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. There, I undid the thing. Is there an actual difference between bi and pan? No, and if a person tells you otherwise, shoot them. In Roblox.
I acknowledge only two genders. Those that can defeat me in battle and those that cannot. I like both. Does that mean I'm bisexual?
Yes. And you are valid. What work by Foucault do you recommend? All of it.
J-Reg's latest theory is that everyone is on the autistic, schizo-poster spectrum. Thoughts?
Well, yeah, everyone. I mean, everyone would be on a spectrum of any kind, right?
I feel like labels are dumb cause it's all arbitrary, but you can generally describe your preferences in simpler, more direct language, cause it all varies.
Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine with simple and direct language. What I'm really talking about is when people are autistically categorizing those, like, gender dictionary wikis or whatever.
First-time subscriber here, and I have to say, I completely agree with you on gender and sexual categories. Chat, do what you want. Fuck who you please.
Yeah, my principal concern is that if I have a conversation with somebody about their sexuality for more than 8 seconds, I'm already bored, and I just want it to stop. And that's pretty much just my whole political position right there. Don't get me wrong, talking about somebody's sexual interests, that's fine. But, like, what genders they're True. What fucking genders they're... I just, like, I do not...